Okay, I just went live on Instagram. I'm gonna take a little pause from that to make this video. So, I'm a little bummed out right now. This high kappa is pretty much stuck in full auto without a change in the blowback unit itself, disconnector here, and the hammer. This is my Combat Master. When you fire the trigger, or when you pull the hammer, squeeze the trigger, disconnector drops down, right? You can see it moving there, right there. Pull it back up, and it has now risen. Pull the trigger again. Reset. 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 That does not happen on this. There's something going on that was changed with the reset ability. And I've watched so many videos trying to figure out how. So like I said, there's three things: the disconnector, the hammer, and the blowback unit. And we'll get to the blowback unit next. When I pull the trigger, or pull the hammer back, the disconnector has not dropped. The disconnector is still risen, right? Remember on this one, drops, or raises, it raises up. This one is already raised up. When I pull the trigger, it drops down. Then, on the reset, it's almost up, but it comes up when I finally pull the trigger off, or pull off the trigger, Sorry. My speaking is incoherent right now. Hammer is down. Disconnector is up. I can't pull the trigger. I can't engage this. The blowback unit has to put pressure on the disconnector, forcing it down for it to fire. Now, when I raise it back up, I can lock the hammer back, but I can't pull the trigger. That it will not fire semi. The blowback unit has this ravine right here, and then a little flat plate. It's you can tell that it's been like milled out or something like that, or maybe even designed that way specifically. Someone was saying it might be a Knuckles custom one, but it engages the disconnector and it keeps it down, so it can just keep, my finger's still on the trigger, still squeezing. You can see the hammer just will continuously fire, continuously. That's what's happening with the full auto. You hold it down, the disconnector is pushed down the entire time. So that means that there's been a modification to the hammer, the disconnector. Like on this one, doesn't matter. If I hold it down, I can't even squeeze the trigger a second time. I have to release it. Now let's go to the what I was talking about before, the blowback units. This one's the Combat Master one. This one is the full auto one. If I get it close, let's get close to the camera. You can see there's that ravine there. You can see that little bit of wear right there. That's where it's hitting that disconnector back down, right? Because it's on the right side. So there's this thing that's been either milled out or designed that way, I'm not sure. And that little scratchy part right there is where it is hitting the disconnector, causing it to lock back down and then cycle again. And it's right at the end of its cycle. This one's been replaced. This isn't even the stock blowback unit. This is, you buy the John Wick gun or whatever, the Combat Master. The blowback unit broke after about a year of use, It was the only thing that broke. I replaced it with like a standard AW custom one for a different gun. And it's compatible with the Tokyo Maruis. And this one is flat right there. It's just way more flat. There's a little bit of a divot in this side, but it's much more flat. I mean, you can see the reflective surface on that blowback unit right there compared to this one. You can see a little valley in there. Oh, there you go. You can see that valley up the blowback unit. So I would take it apart and find the different. I just literally cannot get this little plate off. I don't know how to get it so I can get the screw under there. Maybe I have to disassemble the blowback unit from here, which would be freaking annoying, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to spend time doing that. So I'm looking at a new slide, looking at a new blowback unit, nozzle, disconnector, hammer, possibly a whole hammer assembly. Looking at a lot of different parts that I need to replace, but there's some good parts on here. I mean, there is this thing right here, this fixed outer barrel. This is the APS, I think. APS or cow, I don't know. And this is the, I believe it's the AIP, because it has this little hole up here to be in the 1911s, right? So, and it's got this like bronzy color to it, maybe gunmetal, but it's steel. It's really pretty, hard. You know, there's nothing on it that I think needs any changing or fixing or anything like that. So I just wanted to see what would happen if I threw this into the John Wick one. First of all, though, I'm going to take probably won't. Yeah, they're similarly sized, to be honest. This one's a little bit shorter than this. Oh, let's take off the thread protectors, actually. Maybe that would help. Nope, this is Loctited on. Never mind. I'm not going to do that. It's a brass barrel. I'm not sure how I feel about that. It's probably the stock barrel, to be honest. Probably the stock hop-up rubber as well. I mean, it was a full auto. He's not competing with it, whoever was using it before me. But let's just see if I can get this instead of this one, because like I said, this one wobbles so much, right? This one is locked. I want to see if this fits in the Combat Master. So, and we'll cycle. So you drop this in. Let's check air seal. Not bad. Good air seal. Good air seal, yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's nice. I'm worried it's actually too nice, but we'll see if it cycles and hopefully feeds BBs and stuff, but that's what we have so far. So this is the TM guide rod plug, or guide rod. It will not go in. You can't bend it enough to get it in at all. So you have to use the original guide rod plug, or maybe you could use the aftermarket one, the gold one. Yeah, but you can't see it. It's in there, but it's like inaccessible. Yeah. We use the black one. So we got the black guide rod plug. It's like a 2-part thing here. That's always fun. Oh, Jesus. Oh, man. Okay. And we're back. Metal washer. I've beat this thing up. This Combat Master, I've fired 10,000, 20,000 rounds through this. More. Had it for 2 years now. I've competed with it. I ran it so aggressively the first like 8 months that I had it. I swapped parts with it. I turned it into basically like a small gas rifle. Jeez. Okay, I can't get this thing in. For a little bit. I turned it into a rifle for a little bit. I added this. First there was a 7-inch barrel, and I still have that one. And then I added eventually a 12-inch barrel. I still have that one as well. But when you have your PSI set for like 120, like I did, it was firing at like 450 FPS, 500 FPS or so. And you have to drop it down to like 75 PSI. But at that point, it doesn't cycle it fully because of the weight of the slide and stuff. So you get into this issue where like you have to like sit still or BBs will just drip out of the front of your gun, basically, and you can't cycle it. Okay. It's a little funky looking. It's kind of recessed because it's a little bit shorter than this one in the Combat Master. But let's see. Okay, it's in. Throw the Airsoft Masterpiece. Ooh. Ooh. Look at that air seal. All the way back. Wow. That's nice. Okay. Let's get the adapter plugged in. That's nice. Maybe we'll put the other one back in for a comparison really quick. A moment. Oh yeah, let me. I hate dealing with the guide rod on this though. That's the main issue I have with this gun. It's probably just the guide rod isn't compatible with anything. I know it's a long video. Thank you for your patience if you've made it this far. Please let me know. So we take this apart and I'll show you the stock, the original one, back inside. And I'm on my knees looking for the answer. Are we human? damn soul. Okay. So that's back in. Where'd the guy rod plug go? Oh, literally stands like right next to me. Man, you know, when you're building and you're testing and you're doing kinds of crazy stuff that really no one has the answers to these questions that I've been asking. So it makes me feel good that I'm treading into territory that no one's gone before. That's cool. Or at least people that have gone have not been vocal about, so it feels undiscovered. You know, there might be remnants on Reddit of previous discoveries made by similar explorers of the John Wick High Kappa, the Combat Master. Don't get the Jag Arms one. I've had too many friends with the Jag Arms one, and it just sucked. You know, sorry it sucked. Get the EMG one. I've had it now for about 2.5 years, coming up on 3. Only thing that ever broke was the blowback unit, and it was a $25 replacement. And I fired another couple thousand shots through it without any issues and haven't looked back. So this is the original one, original barrel. But you'll be able to see, look how much wobble. Like, ugh. That's what frustrates me while I'm playing is you know, I like go to fire, the outer barrel and inner barrel both wobble separately. So that's this. Let's get the magazine in. You can see it wobble as it cycles. So, what I learned today is that aftermarket outer barrels work in the Combat Master, not necessarily the other way around. I tried putting this in my 5.1 before and it didn't work, but I was like, let me swap the insides. Let me see if the barrels are swappable, and they are. So, that's all. I hope that you enjoyed this kind of like chill discussion and, you know, teching video. This is probably the one thing that I'm most comfortable with. You know, I'm not super comfortable with AEGs. I'm still working on that G36, still working on a P90. Little by little, things are coming together, but it's tough. AEGs are tough. Gas blowback, it's easy. It's all mechanical. Everything functions. You pull it, triggered, the hammer moves forward, it launches gas into a system. I mean, that all makes sense to me. Wires don't make sense right now. So, anyways, have a wonderful night, and enjoy your YouTube browsing. Come back.